This is the ladies' conversation, and we're going to talk about why am I single? Ladies.
Who's gonna start?
That many reasons. I mean, where do I begin?
Okay, I'm gonna go first. Why I am single? I've got quite a really good relationship with my dad. Him and my mum are separated, but we're really close. So I talk to him a lot about guys that I've met, guys that I like, and how I should progress with them and things to expect and stuff. And he's got a lot of wisdom, and he'll tell me this is what I think. And a lot of the time, I've got the voice in my head that he gives me. And sometimes when I see something and I'm dating a guy and I see that things are not working, and whether it's on my part or his, I just feel like it's a red flag, and I divert. So I think that might be one of the reasons why I've been single quite a long time. It really should come from my opinion, not really the voice in my head that my dad tells me, but at the same time, I value his opinion, and he's a man. So at the end of the day, I mean, I don't have a male friend who would tell me on the real, this is what you should be doing, this is what you shouldn't be doing. So I value his opinion. I think sometimes I'm too quick to run away if I see problems. So yeah.
Can I ask a question? So has there ever been someone who you've met that you actually really vibed with, you had that chemistry and you thought like, oh, this guy's real cool, but you was like, but there's something about him that my dad doesn't, like, you know what?
It's not even like I think of my dad first, like when I meet a guy. I wouldn't even think that way. It's just when the problems occur and I'm trying to figure out how do I combat these issues without jumping and running off first. But I did meet a guy in university, my second year. We were dating on and off for about a year and a half. And then when we both finished university, then we became a couple. But even though that happened, it was strange. It was like I said to him, I don't want to date you anymore because this is not going anywhere. We've been dating for one year and a half or not going nowhere. Let's dead it. He said, I don't really want to. I said, well, I don't care. I'm tired of you. So we did that. 1 week later, he showed up at my house with roses. I want to be with you. And I was like, but we had this conversation a year and a half ago, and this wasn't in your sights. So anyway, me like a fool, I thought, okay, these roses are not like, I just went for it.
These roses are nice.
Yeah, it was like 2.5 years ago. It's my first relationship that I've been in, so I went for it. And then after 4 months or so, like, you know, he flew me to Paris. We had a really nice time. He was a really nice guy, and to this day I respect him. I do respect him. But when I was in Paris with him, I realised that I know he's checked out. You know, you can just tell. I felt it. You know, we weren't enjoying the same things anymore. He was very offish sometimes, and what came to light for me was the fact that he didn't actually want to be in a relationship. He just didn't want me to go elsewhere. So at the point where I said, let's not date anymore, I deleted his number. 1 week later, he showed up, and I just thought, you're reaching, because you know that this could be the end. So that's my only really experience of having a relationship. It only lasted for about 5 months. So yeah, since then I'm just trying to learn when I see the red flags, how to, you know, approach them, and I think that's the reason why I'm single at the moment.
Yeah.
What about you?
For me, I think it's a combination of different things. I was trying to figure that out at the moment, but I feel like I'm growing. I feel like I'm quite young, and I'm growing. I'm learning who I am, what I like, and every time I feel like I like something, it changes. So then I meet guys, I'm like, I like this, and the next week I'm like, oh, I feel like I get bored very easily. Like I might like you 1 week, and after I'm like, oh, this is a bit boring. You're not really feeling me. But at the same time, I feel like maybe that's not my focus.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes I just feel like I'm too young to be. I feel like I'm pursuing a career or my dream so much that I feel like a guy could come and just complicate that and take away my time. So me spending that time, you know, presenting or something. I'm on this date that's leading nowhere. So it's like my time's so precious. Like it's a bit selfish, but at the same time, when I do date people, I do feel sometimes I get to a point where I'm like, I feel like I can't give. I feel they like me more than I like them, and I have this weird thing where I feel like the guys I like don't like me.
So
but the guys that I don't like, they're doing the most and they're doing everything I would want the guy that likes me to do.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Like, I don't get it. But sometimes I feel like sometimes as females, when we like someone, we give too much. to the person. When the guys who don't show any attention to you, they have to work and pursue you more, chase you more. It's like it's more attractive to them. But I don't know, it's a combination of different things. I'm trying to figure that out, you know?
No, I feel you. I feel like myself, I've been single for a year now, or a year and a bit. And my relationship was about 3.5 years. And like, first and foremost, I would never diss him, like, because I feel I still have respect for him and all that good stuff. But I think it got to a point where, it's like you said, I'm 28 years old, and then I just started feeling to myself, you know what, I wasn't really happy in myself in the relationship. So, and obviously there was certain like stuff in regards to the relationship with him and all that good stuff, but that wasn't the focus at that moment in time. It was me. I wasn't happy, and I think I was trying to find myself, and I was just like, okay, no. And I was doing odd stuff, so I created a charity to feel like, okay, I wanted to get more into creativity and all that good stuff. So I was like, but I also want to do a bit of philanthropy and all that good stuff. So I was like, okay, cool, let me do a charity. But wait, hold on, let me do Miss Barbados. Oh, but hold on, let me do this, let me do that. So I had my hands in so many different pies because I was searching for something. And I feel like one thing that you can't do, if you're not happy with yourself, then how can you ever be happy in a situation? Because if you don't feel wholesome, and I don't feel like you're ever going to feel entirely wholesome, but if you're not exactly happy, or I don't know, how can you serve from an empty vessel at the end of the day, innit? And that's how it was for me. And he was also finding himself. He's older than me, he's 30 now, and I feel like he was still trying to figure out what he was trying to do with his life, and he had certain goals. And I'm a nurturer when it comes, like, I'm a nurturer. I love to help my friends, and especially my partner. So for me, I ended up in, like, especially coming to the end of the 3 years, I started kind of more investing my time in his business, because he was creating up his own business. And I was just like, hold on, I'm investing so much of me into you, but I'm not even investing the same effort into myself. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, first and foremost, do that for you. And then so I wasn't happy in that regard, and I got this new opportunity, and I was just like, you know, I just need to kind of be selfish with my time right now, with all due respect. And yeah, that was it. And it was a bit of a sticky breakup, but at the same time, like, I feel that I'm in a much better place now, and but I think I'm single now, because after that there was other issues, and after that I was just like, you know what, no, now I just kind of need to focus on my goals, focus on my career. Since then, like, you know, I'm now an art director and copywriter in the creative industry and advertising, and I'm doing like other things, like with a lady who's backstage right now called Ogilvy Roots, and we're just doing so many different things. I'm just so proud of myself and the people around me, and I'm just trying to just create that network and just like elevate as much as I can. And it's not to say, I think before I just felt like guys would have been a distraction to that, and I'm not opposed to having someone now, but I think at that moment in time I was just like, I knew that I wasn't emotionally stable to be in something serious again, because I know how much I give to a relationship. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, nah, that's too much. I was like, that same energy, I know myself, so I need to invest that same energy in that I do into a partner, into myself, God, and my career. Simple. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. And again, so I'm not opposed to having someone now, but if I do find someone, I feel like yes, guys can be a distraction, but it's if you let them as well. Like, I feel like you then need to find a partner who helps you elevate, who's on that, so who doesn't kind of drag you behind. And it's inevitable, not to say that that person's lesser than you, but inevitably some things that they do can be like, I don't know, just
support.
Just kind of like sometimes they don't feel the same passion that you feel. And I think when you can see that in a guy, you're thinking, how come I can be passionate about this thing that you say you're trying to do from years and years and years, but I tell you about one idea and you're just like, oh, that's okay. It's like, I don't think they realise that how important it is for us to feel like they are interested, even if you're not supporting. You may not like fashion, you may not like, you just may not care, but because you care about it, I want to care about. Do you know what I mean?
No, 100%, but it's vice versa as well. You know, so I feel like if you're gonna be with someone, same wavelength, they have to either be on the same wavelength, or do you know what? Be be ahead of me, please. Because if you're ahead of me, then I'm like, no shit, I need to step my game up. Let me run with you. Let me kind of like, you know, put on my Pumas or whatever and start running. But I don't know. I just feel that's who I would want, because essentially, like, you know, we're all on Instagram and you see all these hashtag couple goals, relationship goals. You see all these gangster rappers and all these Gucci Mane weddings and stuff, and we're all trying to aspire to be that. But that girl done gone through her crazy stuff. Do you know what I mean? And for me, I just feel like, I don't know, I'm not aspiring for that stuff there, but I feel like I just want someone who can appreciate me as a queen. I appreciate him as a king. We both aspire together. We both grow together. We get this money together, and it's a partnership at the end of the day. That's what I want personally. Because I don't want to live in South East London for the rest of my life. Simple as.
Question for you guys. So, do you ever feel like men are, because you guys seem like you're doing your stuff, you're you know, going for your goals, men are intimidated by you? Because sometimes I feel like, and boys say it to me as well, boys my age are like, you work full-time in the city, you do presenting, modelling, it feels like you have so much going on for you that I can't add any more to you. But I'm not asking you to give me money, I'm asking you to be my partner, to let's get this money together. Do you know what I mean? Like my Jay-Z, Beyonce sort of thing, not like I need to pay for this, like you pay for it, I can pay for it myself. I feel like sometimes guys feel intimidated. I feel like guys my age are don't have their stuff together, not ambitious. They might see me and think, oh my gosh, this girl looks like a package, like I'm not ready to even approach her. So I always tend to get approached by guys not much older than me, because they feel like, I'll come and, you know, show her that I'm doing all these things. But for me, I just
don't
feel
be phased by age though. Just because they're older than you, or
they don't say,
Maybe, I think it's much, when you're much older, you have had more time to work on your goals or to achieve more. That's my point. So maybe you're 25, you had like extra years to get to that point and probably manager. I'm like senior, for example, that sort of thing.
But I think it's also to do with work ethic. I think more so even than age, because someone can be 21, but they could, if their mentality is a go-getter, like they want to do things, they would have already been exhibiting those traits from ages ago. So they may not be far from before. So even if they meet you and you've got like your whole life together, you've got stuff going on, I think a person who understands your thought process won't be intimidated by it, because they just know that maybe their time hasn't yet come where they've kind of seeing the dividends of what they've been doing. And it's I think it's just it's a mental thing. I think more so than even like age and being able to do things. If their mind frame is not a go-getter, they don't understand there's a process with doing well.
And like
there's a whole process.
Also, I think they get a bit insecure, like, are you even going to have time for me? Not even a case of, oh, she's really ambitious, she's got so much going on, how can I match that? Sometimes I think it's just a case of they think, how can I fit in here? I don't want to feel like I have to beg to take you to dinner. I don't want to feel like I have to slot into your time schedule.
Can I ask you something off of that? Can I ask something off of that? Would you say though, in that situation though, do you feel like to a certain degree that, like, as a woman we can give off the impression of, I'm super busy, like I'm fitting you in, and you give off that thing of like, because I think you know how as girls how we are, like you know how we can be. I feel like now girls of like 2017 was so like, I've got stuff going on, like I mean like you're going to have to do, but I think to a certain degree as well though, it's like if someone gives the impression to me that they don't have time, I'm going to assume you won't have time for me.
It's true.
So if I think like.
I feel like I make
meet
time
them in the middle. We need to meet in the middle. You need to, but we need to make sure we show that. I'll make time for you. Exactly. So but it's your responsibility as well, I think, as a woman, to make sure that that guy knows that if you live up to what it is that I need as a woman, then I'll make time for you. But then I think sometimes we want to be very like, want to always show that I'm in control, like I'm about my business. I am me. But then. Sometimes it's at our own detriment, because it ends up making you seem as if like, well, maybe you don't have time for me.
But then that's what I was saying before. Like, you need to realize, can this person help you upgrade yourself, and can you also help him to upgrade himself? Can you do this together? Because like I feel like if you can't, and it's cool, let's just part ways. But if you can, like, because some people, I will tell you this now, sometimes when you let someone into your life, and you want to, I want to do this by myself. Cool. If you want to do it by yourself, cool, do it by yourself. However, some people can actually come into your life and change your mindset.
Oh, listen.
And change your work ethic.
Yeah.
If they have a great work ethic, you're like, yo, this guy is on it. Like, I need to do the same. I need to match that.
Personal goals that you have, like, for example, I remember, like, certain points of my life where I wanted to learn how to drive, for example. Yeah. And I was seeing this guy, and he was a little bit older than me. And I kept saying, oh, I want to learn to drive. I want to learn to do it. And he would hear that. And on my 18th birthday, he was like, go outside, I booked you driving lessons. Like, so it's just little things like, you know your personal goals, and you need a bit of a push. And having a conversation with the guy that you hope to be with, and he's just on that label, like, he wants you to reach your personal goals. And I just think at the end of the day, we can bash guys, but if you meet a certain guy who wants to help you get to that point, and then they start following through, you have to give them the time. It's like, because you give them the time, you express yourself to them, and in return, you know, you may get to where you
can we go back to can we go back to the intimidation part though? Because I feel like I've heard this quite a bit as well, because I've been doing quite a bit. And I have done quite a bit. So people just like, yo, you've done so much in your life. Or not only that, I grew up a huge tomboy. Like, I think I wore a dress at like age 19, first time. Like, except for church dresses, they don't count. But like, willingly wanting to wear a dress at like 19. And that was like 9 years ago. So, yeah, so a lot of my friends were guys, and so a lot of my friends now are still guys. And that's known me since I was young. And like, I remember one of my ex was like, yo, you have your friend that you go gigs to, and then you have your other friend who helps you train, and then you have your other friend, like, where do I fit in? It's like, you can encompass all of those, like, characteristics there. If you want to help me, I'm never gonna make you feel less of a man because my other friends do these things with me too. But at the same time, like, you know, when I was trying to amount to something, I feel like sometimes, I heard one time, like, one of my exes said to me, oh, I like to do this for you because it makes me feel like I'm needed. And it's just like, I am with you first and foremost, so you are always needed. Like, I don't understand why you should feel like you are unneeded. But then I think in hindsight, it's probably because I'm quite independent, coming from like my mum. She's been my mother and my father, so I've always seen her be some militant Bayesian woman who's quite boisterous herself, and it's just like I've just had to learn to do shit myself anyway. You know?
Do you think in your relationships, or even that one specifically, do you think you're quite vocal about the things that you're doing and the people who contribute to help you get there? Because some guys would feel like
threatened, like,
like, not like they might hear you talking about, like, oh, Tim helped me do so and so, but you're not trying to rub it in his face. You're just identifying that this is
the thing. Is, I said so what I'm very open. So like, my ex-partner, he knew all my guy friends, like, to the point where, like, if I had an event or I had anything, he was there, they were there. And then one thing I will say, he was never a jealous person, and I love that. And he would never be like, yo, why are you with so and so, like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not I'm a total monogamous. Is that the word, monogamous? Yeah. Like, I'm one straight person. I don't know how people do 2 or 3 people. That's too much admin for me. But like, I just feel I was very open with him, and you know, sometimes I don't see why I don't know. Like, one thing in relationship, I'll never be like, oh yeah, I don't know. I would never accept money from another guy. I would never like do certain things that I wouldn't feel comfortable him doing. You know, like, it's just like, for instance, there was an opportunity at a time where I was invited on a cruise to train with a musician, and I said no at first, and it was a big opportunity, but I said no because I was in a relationship.
But then, did you say no because you thought that he wouldn't like it, or because you thought that?
I think it was a number of things. I feel like I wouldn't like it if it was vice versa. And I know that he probably wouldn't feel comfortable. Imagine your girlfriend's going to Bahamas, St. Kitts and all these places with musicians, male musicians.
It's
like,
work, though. It's not like you're going on holiday with
I know. But I just feel like there's a line. And then that's what I'm saying. I think because the type of person I am, like, in that relationship, I just couldn't.
That's difficult.
Like, so the way I am, I feel, for me, like, if I was single, I'd be like, yo, I mean, I went on it because we broke up like 3 months later, 4 months later, but Even so, I just feel stuff like that. Imagine I didn't go on it. Then from that opportunity, there were so many other things that like had that led to other things. And if I was still in that relationship, who knows where I would be now? But like, I don't know, man. It's just those are the kind of situations that being in a relationship can block.
Yeah.
Do you know? I don't know.
I haven't actually thought. I forget
about what you would do. Like,
it's
because when you're in a relationship, there are things you wouldn't do because of the fact that you're in a relationship.
It's my freedom. And not to say that when you're in a relationship, your freedom goes out the door.
To some degree.
I feel like that's what the trust.
It's compromise. That's it. And I think also when you go into a relationship, I think it's really important that you know what your priority is, and it's a reality that you're just gonna have to decide what is really more important. Because there's gonna be some times when it's gonna be like you have to pick between the two. Like same thing with you. It's like you're going to have to decide which one.
Yeah.
And I know, like, and obviously we live in the age where it's very much be like, you know, just a career, da 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 da. But I think for some people, like for me personally, the way that I am, for me, relationships, family is a very big thing to me. Like my career, I love. Like I love what I do. I love the different things that I do. But is my relationship and with my husband takes precedent over everything. Yeah. So for me, it would be a no-brainer for me to be like, if it's something which is going to be, which he wouldn't be comfortable with, I'll say no. Because I feel like something, because I'm a Christian. Yeah. I believe whatever's meant to be mine, really eventually will be mine. Yeah. So even if it's a thing of like, I never believe in like, that there's only one way to get to something. If I'm meant to get to success, and a door opens, it's not every door that opens I have to go through. Do you know what I mean? This is it, like, so there could be another way. So if anything, maybe, do you know what I mean? Like, if I can't, if that opportunity comes, it doesn't work with the happiness in my home. Yeah. I know for a while that God wouldn't put an obstacle in front of me to get to my goal, like, and then be like, oh, it's your choice, decide what you want to do. Like, I don't think that's how it works. I just feel like wherever I'm meant to be, believe I'm going to get there.
But I'll say this as well, never starve for yourself. Never starve for your dreams, never starve for your creative, don't do that. Because once you do that in your relationship out of compromising, like sometimes you can compromise yourself way too much to the detriment of yourself. So and then by doing so, you end up resenting that person. And to be honest, sometimes it's not even their fault. Sometimes they're not even asking you to do that. But out of your nature, you do it anyways. Out of being a woman, out of being like, you know, oh, I want to, you know, support my man or whatever. You end up doing stuff like that. So. In hindsight, just don't do that.
But back to your point, that's different. So obviously you're married. It's a marriage. It's a completely different than a boyfriend. I feel like when you've met me and you've seen, well, my bio said model, presenter, you should know what to expect. You should now say to me, why are you going to this? Sorry, that's my career before I met you. So I feel like the person that you should be with or that you should be dating should be someone that understands what you're currently doing and be able to like say, okay, cool, I get this. Okay, she's not actually cheating. She's just doing it because it looks good for her career. Because some people, like artists, for example, sometimes they have to pretend to be single because they need to have their female fans happy because that's their main target audience. So if you're willing to be with that person, you have to also accept that as well because that is part of like their career or their dreams. You know what I mean? That makes sense. Yeah. And obviously you want them to win, so you obviously put yourself, like compromise yourself, I guess. So they can actually get those opportunities to, I don't know, shine in that certain way to reach their female fans or
I don't know, but then I still feel like let's say he was, I don't know, a YouTuber or a model or whatever, I just feel like there's a market for, because people are still gonna like you no matter what, even if you got a girlfriend. Do you know what I mean? I guarantee those couples, some girls are following not for the girl or the couple, they're following for the man. So regardless of the situation, I just feel like if it's making you, if that compromise is making you truly unhappy, really, like you're not really in
it shouldn't make you unhappy. Your compromise shouldn't make you unhappy.